Hopkins International Airport. We got a Frontier A320 Neo lining up for departure. Got several special liveries up here today. I'm looking forward to bringing those to you while we're here. So far, 6 right ops today. As Frontier lines up, we got a Cessna inbound.
1318 Monitor Tower. Have a good one, 13. United 2315, you as well, Monitor Tower. Monitor Tower, United 2315. Boy, Frontier flight 3916.
Got Southwest lining up for departure. I think a United is heading out. Got several special liveries inbound here today.
You can turn right at Lima 3, the high speed there, ground 12.7.
Hope you guys are all enjoying your Monday. Hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. Weather's significantly nicer today than what it was on Saturday when we were up in Detroit. We'll go up there and do another live stream at some point on a little nicer day for you.
Appreciate it.
It just never got nicer. The whole time it was just foggy and misting. It would kind of lift a little bit, and I thought, oh, maybe we can do it again, and then it would just come right back in just as hard as what it was. It really did clear up until probably the last half hour or so that I was up there.
Continue straight ahead there on Kilo.
Finally got some of that, most of that mist out of there.
And then Juliet all the way around to gate Alpha.
I had a moisture alert pop up on the encoder, and I'm like, yeah, I better not take a risk with this weather. So we'll get up there and do another live stream for you at some point. I did do a regular video, so we'll get that whole video posted with the Spirit, the Royal Air Force, all the heavies and everything else that were up there. So we'll get that stuff posted for you. So as Frontier heads out, we should have a special livery inbound.
Cleveland Hopkins, 9 o'clock, 10 miles, foot still in sight. Taxi via Juliet.
Got Southwest and United taxiing out. Should be Southwest 3856 out of Nashville. Missouri 1 inbound for 6 right. Then United 1502.
Ramp on control, it looks clear to me beside the vehicle I see down there on the access road, but the right turn looks good from here.
Okay, look at our Southwest Max that's taxiing out. Thought about making a drive out to Pittsburgh today. Today's the inaugural flight for Aer Lingus out there, but decided that wasn't really fair to my wife since I spent all day on Saturday up in Detroit. I left at about 9, probably 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and didn't get home till about 10 o'clock that night. So I didn't think that was probably going to be fair to do. So Cleveland Day is a good day to be up here. Looks like they're going to be doing some work on 6 left, so we may be on 6 right for the whole evening. I see them taking the truck out there with the X. So they were on 6 left when I got up here. I got the Global X Retro that came in. And I was going to set up to do the stream over there, and all of a sudden they closed that runway. So I think we're going to be on 6 right for tonight for both arrivals and departures. Here's the special livery. One of 4 special liveries we'll have, at least 4 special liveries we'll have tonight.
Just like 3916, turn right, back to the block. 1382 tower, 6 side of line, blade, hard, just 1 mile. 6 side line, blade, 1382.
So Missouri 1 is rolling out from Nashville. We got the Southwest Max lining up for departure, followed by the United 737-900. That'll be lining up after that.
45, Cleveland approach, Cleveland altimeter 3014, 8 is kilo, expect runway 6. Ready for 60 minutes. Right in.
This morning we had still had that fog and cloud cover this morning. I heard the 180th fighter wing do the flyover, flew right over near our house this morning as they went around to the various Memorial Day events. I could hear him, but I couldn't see him.
Radar contact 3 miles east Gates Airport, 1 minute prior.
Like a lot of people out doing skydiving today over at Gates Airport. I see the aircraft up circling. And we lost him in the trees.
31 X-ray, are you aware of the jump zone at the Gates Airport at 7 Delta 8?
United holding short. We got an RJ inbound.
Thanks, Roger. There's parachute jumping in progress. If you're going to continue on that heading for another 5 more miles, you're going to be in the jump zone. So I'm not sure what your plan is, but it's not really going to work surveying there while they're skydiving. That's perfect. November 31 X-ray, thank you. And you're at 7,300, correct? Contact tower 124.5. Have a good day. Possible, that'd be great.
Saw Pittsburgh when I was driving up here. Had a Air Canada Rouge A321 divert in Cancun to Toronto. Not sure what was going on with that, but. I did 1502 inbound as this United heads out. We almost certainly will lose this one in the trees.
November 862 Whiskey Cleveland departure. Roger, channel fitting 290. Climate maintain 2000.
United heads out. Delta taxiing out for their departure on their way to Atlanta.
You get those taxi now. Lima, let's go runway 6 right.
Got another spotter up here today, a little bit off to the left, so that's why I'm kind of over here. Fortunately, we're losing stuff in the trees a little bit, but do the best we can up here today.
Behind the 145, you can taxi to runway 6 right.
Try my best not to get into other people's shots as much as I can. Delta on their way to Atlanta.
2315, 1800. United 2315, Cleveland departure, radar contact, climate maintain 14000. Climate maintain 14000 here, 2315. November 2 up Whiskey, turn left direct Moham. Left direct Moham, please. Go.
Delta 737 on their way to Atlanta. I think it's flight 1350. And they're still on the roll. Whoa, that is close, guys. Delta's still on the roll. Just now lifting off. As United.
Thanks, Phil. Departs now at 13587. All right, Delta 2545, over to departure. Have a great day, sir.
2545 was a Delta flight number. That's about the closest I've ever seen them.
62 up Whiskey, contact Cleveland Center 135.1. Have a good day.
When we were in Detroit on Saturday, we had several go-arounds with aircraft getting too close.
73 Cleveland approach. Expect the ILS runway 6 right approach.
That was close.
1.7, one for the right turn, ground 0.7, good day. 215, contact Cleveland Center 135.1.
Frontier 3073 out of Raleigh-Durham, Airbus A320neo, inbound from Raleigh-Durham, about 10 minutes out.
Lima Juliet 4 Juliet. Lima Juliet 4 Juliet.
Yeah, that was close. Spaghetti MD-11 is here. It says June 19th is going to be my first time flying. Well, I hope you have a great trip. Are you flying? Are you going on a trip somewhere, or are you going to be? Hope you have a great trip. Daniel is here. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Really appreciate your support. Hope you're enjoying your Memorial Day.
45, turn right direct LeBron.
It is a beautiful day up here today in the 80s. A lot nicer than what it was on Saturday for sure. And again, we'll do another stream, a makeup stream up in Detroit at some point. I hear the...
United 1502, just give away the company traffic on Kilo Outbound. Oh, give away the company on Kilo Outbound. Your flight 3073, clear direct doors.
You're making me blush. I hear the last two Spirits are going to be heading out of Detroit this week, so if we're able to get up there to catch one of them, or the last one, I'd like to do that. I've managed to catch two of them so far, which has kind of been a treat. I made a special trip a couple of weeks ago to catch the one. So I was very pleasantly surprised we got the one on Saturday, but there's two more sitting by the hangar, and I hear they're supposed to leave this week. I don't know what day. Someone's told me that they're going to leave this week. So we'll keep an eye on Detroit to see about the two Spirits. The Royal Air Force left yesterday morning on their way back to the UK. Not sure why that was here. Maybe it has something to do with the Red Arrows coming to town for Thunder. I'm not really sure, but it was really cool to see that aircraft. So we'll get back up there at some point in the next few weeks, if we don't go up this week for one of the last Spirits, if we're able to get up there. But we'll do a makeup live stream for you with a little nicer weather. It's 71 degrees up here, man. It feels a lot warmer than that. Humidity 66%, so that's certainly part of it. 3013 on the barometer. Dew point's 59 degrees. Again, why it feels so muggy today. Unlimited visibility, partly cloudy. Very light wind up here today. It's a beautiful day to be outside. I drove through Rocky River and saw a lot of people had the grills out. So beautiful day to be outside today. American Eagle ERJ 145 heading to Philadelphia.
Gate airport at below 14,500 for the next 10 empty station. Richard, Juliet Foxtrot, Roger. No need to report on your way down. Thank you. How many more miles?
But man, that was the Delta and United. That was about the closest I've ever seen in here.
Roger. You're slowly working eastbound November 31 X-ray.
American Eagle holding short. Frontier still about 3 or 4 minutes out. American Eagle is flight 5861. They're on their way to Philadelphia. Looks like the other American Eagle aircraft is heading out. Flight 5127 CRJ to DCA. Looks like they might have put him in the penalty box. They're parked over there on the pad. United 486 heading to Denver. Behind that, 737.
Continue the runway.
November 36272 on the United. So for you longtime viewers of the channel, or just longtime plane spotters in general, that might be a familiar tail number for you. 36272 used to wear the Rise of Skywalker livery for United.
Cleveland Airport 2 o'clock, 10 miles, got it in sight. Country flight 3073, clear visual approach runway 6 right, contact tower 124.5, have a good day.
American Eagle on their way to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Skyline 216 up here on his TikTok stream today. So if you're on TikTok, check out his stream. He streams quite a bit on TikTok. I saw someone else on the garage. I don't know if he was streaming or just doing some filming when I drove in. So I kind of drove in that way. A lot of people out today. Here's the United. They got ahead of American Eagle. The former Star Wars Rise of Skywalker aircraft, now in the new United Evo Blue livery. American Eagle behind them, so they must be wanting United to go first. 486 on their way to Denver.
Wing your air contact, calling tape 6000. 641 Cleveland approach, visual approach runway 6 right, line current, Cleveland altimeter 3014. 40 Juliet Foxtrot, radio service number 8, frequency change approved.
Frontier might get here first, because I don't think United is ready to go. Actually got them backed up pretty good now. We got United, we got American Eagle, and we got a Frontier all waiting to go. So a little bit of a traffic jam here for 6 right. We got the inbound Frontier. Frontier inbound from Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina.
Okay, yeah, cancel it, then turn right off the light, 6 right, and then exit at Papa, and then contact that, and that puts us in the estimation.
So Frontier rolling out, we got our traffic jam that'll be lining up. We got United, we got American Eagle, and we got Frontier. All getting ready to go. I've rode in that aircraft right there twice. First time, both times that weirdly to Washington Dulles. The first time was intentional because back during COVID when flights are dirt cheap, I booked a day trip to DC, went to the Uvar Hazy Center, intentionally on the Star Wars livery just because I thought it was cool. The second time, I went for a job interview out in Houston. And ended up on this aircraft out to, actually I changed my flight in the morning, so it kind of was intentional. But I was going to do a nonstop flight to Houston, and then I saw on Flight Radar 24 that the Cleveland to Dulles aircraft was the Star Wars plane, so I switched it back. So I rode on the light side and the dark side of this aircraft, since the left side was the light side, and the right side of it was in the first order, the dark side for that movie. And the seats had the first order emblem on the right side and red with the red seat covers, and then the left side had the Resistance logo with blue seat covers. And we might be heading back to the gate. So we'll keep an eye on that to see if they head back out at any point, but that's flight 486 to Denver. American Eagle heading to DCA in the CRJ. So I'm not sure if United is going back to the gate or just going back over to the pad to hold.
November 5465, flight contact approach 125.35.
So as the CRJ heads out, we have one of Frontier's Polar Bear liveries lining up. Powder to Polar Bear for Frontier, lining up for departure.
Roger.
Flight 1544 on their way to Fort Myers. United looks like they are going over to the pad. And we have Delta Connection 5782 to LaGuardia taxiing out. Looks like several business jets inbound as well. Assuming they're probably coming to town for the game between the Cavaliers and the Knicks. I think the Cavs are in trouble, unfortunately. They're down 3-0 in that series just ever since game one where they blew the 22-point lead. They haven't even been in that series at all in game two or game three, so I feel like they probably are eliminated tonight. Be interested to see what they do in the offseason.
7 to right heading 330. 127 trap, 12 o'clock, 900 miles opposite direction, Embraer 10,400 descending to 7,000 for you, lower shortly.
Pick it up once it gets out of the trees.
990 Mike Foxtrot, proceed direct doors, descend and maintain 6,000, the approach from there.
There's Frontier.
They're not quite cleared yet, November 0 Mike Foxtrot.
Delta Connection rolling out for LaGuardia, the next outbound flight.
Have a good day.
E175, something we saw Actually, come to think of it, we didn't see too many E175s for Delta out of Detroit. We sure saw a lot of CRJs though. I had a good time out there. We'll do another stream for you out there at some point this summer.
5641, reduce speed to 210. Traffic goes after calling 8149.
Take a look at our inbound flight. We have a flight options Nexton 400 XTI inbound from Laconia. And then after that, we have a Falcon 8X inbound.
They're saying 2145, but it's an hour plus. You need to talk with your company because I don't see that there's some sort of disagreement between the center.
And you guys are going to want to be around for the Falcon. It's Tango 7, Mike Indigo Kilo, T7 MIK. And guys, that's a royal flight. That is the Lebanese Prime Minister's aircraft. It's been going in and out the last couple of weeks. So we have a foreign government aircraft inbound in a few minutes. So you guys are going to want to be here for that one. Lebanese Prime Minister inbound. It's a Falcon about 5 minutes out. It should be the second one. Yep, Falcon 8X. So pretty excited to see that Falcon 8X. It's going to be the Lebanese Prime Minister's aircraft, only a few minutes out. Been going in and out the last couple of weeks. When I saw a Falcon, I was wondering if it was Taylor Swift's aircraft because she and Travis Kelce were at the Cavs game the other day. And they're supposedly, I hear a rumor that they're at Cedar Point today. I don't know if that's true or not, but when I saw the Falcon, I got excited, thinking maybe that's what it is. But I think I'm more excited because I have a government jet inbound. So give me a second. I forgot to post my link here, so give me 1 second. Yeah.
We're still showing the wheels up at 2247.
Couple minutes worth, I show 52. 2252.
I'll go up to the gate. What time? You want us to push at 25?
So there we go. We got the link set up now. So we got Delta connection heading to LaGuardia. Then we'll have the Lebanese Falcon inbound.
Based on that time, we'll figure 625 push.
Thanks.
Delta connection heading out to LaGuardia. And we're looking over to our arrival side just to make sure we catch that Falcon as it comes in a few minutes. Got 3 UPS 757s over at UPS on the ramp tonight. No heavies for UPS or FedEx tonight. A pretty packed ramp over there. So this should be the Lebanese Falcon inbound.
Heading 020, I'm heading to the airport 2 o'clock, 1 miles, advise it in sight. 641, clear bridge approach 26 right, contact tower 124.5, have a good day. 5782, 2.1, common 14, Big Boy. Right there at 5782, clear departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 14,000. Climb maintain 14,000, you're 5782. Exit 371, Cleveland approach, Cleveland altimeter 3014, notified information in Kilo at County, expect division approach line 6.
So that was a cool catch for you guys. That is not just a Falcon, that is the Prime Minister of Lebanon's aircraft. It's been here a few times over the last couple of years. Falcon 8X. Of course, when it was here last summer, it had a pretty rough experience. Some of you might have remembered in the news where a aircraft was hit by a ground vehicle. And it was that one, so you can read online all about that story. So glad to see that it is back flying again, and glad to see it back here at Hopkins. Got a citation out of Louisville, and then Delta Connection 5641 from Boston on final.
In 650 at Rush, clear ILS runway 6 right approach.
So another government aircraft to add to the list this year. It's been a good year for them. We've had Hungary, we've had Panama, we had the Royal Air Force, we've had Egypt, we've had Dubai, the 747 and 737 this year. We had Slovakia. And I think we had another one over the last few months up here. So all these government aircraft, and I still haven't seen Air Force One or Air Force Two so far this year. So maybe at some point, after the Delta Connection flight, we have Kalitta Charters 100 out of Indianapolis. It's a Falcon 20. Then we'll have American Airlines 650 out of LAX. So we got Delta Connection first, and we'll have a Falcon 20. And it looks like United 486 to Denver has been cleared to get out of the penalty box. They're starting to taxi back over for departure. contact buzz with a car that just drove by. So United out of the penalty box. Flight 486 to Denver, the former Star Wars livery. Let's see if they get out of here before the Falcon.
Ready to go, runway 63.
And at 486 cleared to go. Definitely lose United in the trees as they head out. Should pick it up here in a second. That tree is completely filled in now with leaves. So the longer takeoff rolls are a little harder to catch for us. So the Falcon is inbound, followed by American 650 from LAX. We also have United 396, a 737 MAX 8 inbound from Orlando. Following the American. American will be a MAX 8 as well. We have NeoJets, a Gulfstream 650 out of Teterboro, about 25 minutes out. United 2725 out of Fort Lauderdale. Then a bunch of aircraft a little farther out. United 1934 from Houston. American Eagle 4057 out of Miami. United 2639 out of BWI. United 1115 out of Newark. A Citation out of Teterboro, all those aircraft within an hour. And United Express 599 Echo out of Chicago O'Hare, getting ready to depart as well. And then here at on the ground, we have 3 special liveries with a 4th one due in at some point later on this evening. So we'll see at least 2 of the special liveries depart. I don't see a time yet on the 3rd one, but hopefully we'll see that leave as well.
3430 cleared.
That's how we got the PDZ back. Looks like that 2147 is probably our real best time.
There's the Falcon 20 out of Indy.
371, contact approach 125.35. Very well. Front doors at 3000, clear right approach.
So the Kalita Charters Falcon rolling out. So you had a high-dollar, high-tech government Falcon from Lebanon, the Falcon 8X. And then we had the vintage Falcon 20. So kind of cover a little bit for different Dassault Falcon generations. American 6. What's that? Yeah. The way things are going, probably the last one we'll see this year.
Yeah, I know.
Go back and look at our comments. We got Sea Fry here today. Michael's here asking, is the Aviator still okay with plane spotting from their parking lot? And yeah, absolutely they are. That's the official area. So you are more than welcome to go into that parking lot and watch airplanes, and probably see a lot of people over there. We see a lot of people doing it, either watching airplanes or watching birds over there. So you're definitely more than welcome to go over there and watch airplanes. Today wouldn't be a great day to do it unless you just want to watch departures, since we're all the arrivals are on 6 left or 6 right tonight. But yeah, you're definitely more than welcome to go over there and watch some airplanes. If you're over there tonight, you'll see all the departures. Actually, I take back what I say. It would be a pretty cool place to watch departures tonight, because if you get the ones that turn to left, you'll get some really good lighting on those if you just want to do photography. Brought my wrong glasses and I can't see anything. 650 inbound from LAX, American 737 MAX. We got Southwest 3375 getting ready to push back for Baltimore. American Eagle 4389 for JFK. It's like a FlexJet Legacy maybe pushing soon. Frontier 3026 to Miami. And Frontier 2919 for Tampa. All are getting close to heading out. We have United 396 behind American. Yeah, definitely hope to see you over there at some point, Michael. I'm over at Atlantic or Aviator quite a bit. And that's the majority of our arrivals are on the 2-4, so the majority of the time that's where you're going to see the arrival aircraft up close. Here's American out of LAX. But today we're coming in from the west. With our winds tonight, all ops on runway 6 right. American 650, one of the new flights for the summer. out of Los Angeles. American trying to compete with United on that route. And if you missed the news, United announced 2 new flights last week. Going to be heading to Las Vegas and Miami. So Las Vegas, the more leisure flight, competing with United, or competing with Southwest and Frontier on that flight. But the other one, very curious, the Miami flight on a 737. A lot nicer, a lot better times than American has on that flight. But United and American continuing their feud. So we'll have 40 flights on United daily later on this year, which is the most United flights that we've had daily since the closure of the hub back in 2014. So glad to see United giving us a little bit of love. Hopefully we'll see more additions as we go forward. Southwest taxiing out now. It's flight 3375 to BWI. This side of the airport, you can see they put the new fence up that wraps around the airport as they work their way all the way around. They got it done on this side. I kind of miss the old green fence because the new one is a bare metal color, and man, it hits the light and it is bright if you catch the light wrong on it. Southwest also added a flight. They'll be doing Dallas Love this fall. And in a couple of weeks, we'll have a Velo beginning their service from New Haven and Concord, North Carolina.
Currently on the line with clearance, and they'll be right back with me for American 650.
So glad to see some growth this summer. Aer Lingus as well, 6 times weekly now. Only the 1 day a week we don't have Aer Lingus.
Best I can get for you is 2126.
Over at Berg at Gulfstream, inbound for 24 right.
389, go ahead and make a right turn, face Juliet, hold short of Juliet, and I'll get more for you here shortly. Okay, right turn, face Juliet, and hold short Juliet, please. Yeah, please, 89. 396, taxi via Lima Juliet, 4 Juliet.
So must have slightly different wind over there at a lakefront today.
398 behind Southwest, take Juliet, Juliet 1, Kilo Lima to runway 6 right. Juliet 1, Kilo Lima, runway 6 right, but we're doing that at my Southwest.
Hey, you're very welcome. Yeah, hope to see you over there at some point. Curious to see if Global Crossing has a out time yet, but I don't see it. But I am hoping that we'll see that aircraft depart. Aer Lingus, by the way, due in around 7:15 tonight with the A321 XLR. Tonight is the inaugural Aer Lingus flight to Pittsburgh. So I thought about making a trip out there, but decided we spent all day in Detroit on Saturday. Probably wouldn't be fair to spend all day in Pittsburgh today. Alaska due in at 6:19 with a 737 MAX 9 out of Seattle. And then tonight around 9:15, if you're in the area, we'll have a USA Jet MD-80 out of Laredo, Texas, due to take off here in about an hour. An MD-80. Wish I was coming in a little bit earlier, but still it'll be pretty cool to see that. American Eagle 4389 taxiing out for departure behind the Southwest. They'll be heading to JFK. And then one of our special liveries, Southwest 1202, back to Nashville. Looks like they're live, getting ready to push back soon.
961 Cleveland approach, lead speed restrictions, expect the ILS runway 6 right approach.
So that'll be Missouri 1. We should see that head out soon. Saw a little bit of news this week that's actually kind of promising. On Instagram today, I saw, or Instagram yesterday, I saw that they were doing engine run-ups on the F4 Phantom. And the post on there, the comment on there was, hoping to get ready for the Columbus Air Show. So there's a little bit of hope that we might see the F4 in Columbus after all. So keep your fingers crossed on that one. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we will get lucky. And we'll see the F4 in Columbus. If it just shows up and does a couple of flat passes, that'll be cool. That'll be good enough for me. It doesn't need to do stunts or aerobatics, but hopefully we'll see the F4 in Columbus in a few weeks. Southwest of Baltimore, American Eagle behind them. Maybe we'll still get lucky and we'll see the Phantom in Columbus in a couple of weeks. Hard to believe it's only about 3 weeks away now. Our Dayton and Columbus air shows, 2 great air shows back-to-back weekends. And one of the final chances to see the Canadian Snowbirds in their Tudors. They'll be flying in Columbus for the air show this year. It's announced last week that they will be standing down after this year, waiting for their new turboprop aircraft to arrive sometime in the 2030s. So if you got a chance to go see the Snowbirds this year, get out there to see them.
Southwest 3375, Southwest 6 right moment.
So the Snowbirds will be in Columbus, the Thunderbirds will be in Columbus, the Blue Angels will be in Dayton, and the British Royal Air Force Red Arrows will be up at Thunder over Michigan. One of 3 European jet teams coming to town this year. We'll have the Red Arrows. We'll have Patrol de France, which is the French Air Force's demo team. They'll be doing some shows on the East Coast in June and July. And we also have, oh, the Red Arrows, we have the French coming to town. I was thinking one more, but it's the Snowbirds. We also have the British parachute team that'll be doing some shows. So hoping to go to Baltimore to see the French. And then we'll go to Thunder over Michigan to see the Red Arrows, and then Columbus will see the Snowbirds. HT 1976 says that spot seems nice and quiet. Might have to go check it out sometime. Yeah, this spot is probably my favorite spot. It is pretty quiet. It's great for 6 right ops today, like we have today. This is where we were last year, or I guess 2 years ago, for the Eclipse. We came up here to do a live stream and got the eclipse back when I really didn't know what I was doing. But this is a great spot. Got the nice aroma of jet fuel here as the Southwest and American Eagle hold. Jupiter Mellon is here. The Noble Pixel said, you inspired me to go photograph some planes at CMH. Thank you. Well, you are very welcome. CMH is a great spot. I need to get down there at some point. Hopefully you check out Rickenbacker as well. It's a quiet airport, but they get some really cool stuff. So I need to make the trip down there at some point. I haven't been to CMH, and like last time I went to CMH was, I think, for the Buckeyes charters back in January. So I need to make my way back to CMH. We got an ops vehicle following the two airliners. They're out here shooting some flares to try to get the birds to go away. Southwest ready to go to Baltimore. Probably the air show I'll go to. They're going to be at Jones Beach as well, the French team. I think Baltimore is probably the easiest one to get to for me. I think there'll be a Pawtuxet as well, but Baltimore could be crazy epic. I mean, it's already crazy epic, but it could be even more crazy epic. That show will have the Blue Angels, the Red Arrows, and the French team, Patrol de France. Now look at the schedule. The Thunderbirds are off that weekend. They were supposed to be at another air show that got canceled that weekend. So there's a chance Baltimore could have 4 jet teams. So I know I am definitely looking forward to going to that one. Was going to go to St. Louis, but with the T-38s being grounded and just everything in Baltimore, I think I'm going to go to Baltimore instead. I thought St. Louis might be my best chance to get a B2, and it still might be a good chance to get a B2. But they were a no-show both days for Miami. So they may be standing down air show ops again with everything going on. American Eagle holding short for a 6 right. They'll be heading to JFK. Don't know if I'm hearing ops around the airport shooting stuff off, or if I'm hearing fireworks. It is Memorial Day weekend. A lot of people out there shooting fireworks. I know we did hear ops, but I hear more fireworks at different spots around the area, which makes you think they're probably just people shooting off fireworks. I know I'm not surprised to hear it tonight with the weather this weekend has been pretty crappy, so not surprised to see people are out today enjoying the holiday. Got a Nia Jets Gulfstream G650 about 7 minutes out, coming in from Teterboro. American Eagle has put E175s on the Chicago to Akron-Canton route this summer. They've had the retro livery a couple of times over the last couple of weeks. See, an E175 is inbound for Akron-Canton. Night at 27:25 out of Fort Lauderdale. 20 minutes out, 7:37.
Just came through. You ready to copy? Ready to copy. Delta 100, you're cleared to the Ypsilanti Airport. So radar vectors to 40, level 42 arrival. Climb and maintain 6,000. Expect 8,000. 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 128.25. Squawk 5111.
The Kalita Falcon will be heading to Ypsilanti. Just got their clearance.
Right 100, read back correct.
Texting my wife and telling her that I smell a bunch of grills
4975,
being lit around here. I could smell that propane and charcoal from grills, and just saying that sounds really good for dinner tonight. Might have to get the grill out. United Express 3633 taxiing behind American. E175 to Newark. Frontier 3026 also taxiing out. A321 to Miami.
Keep your left direct dryer on course.
Noble Pixel said, let us know when you go. I will do that. I feel like lately there hasn't been a lot that's gone in. So I'll go down to Columbus if there's usually 2 or more special liveries on a day where I can get down there, like if I'm not at work or something like that. But I feel like lately there hasn't been much going in when I can get down there. So hopefully we'll get something at some point. If Independence 1 ever shows up down there, we'll definitely make the drive down there for that. But I'll be down there for the air show in a couple of weeks, so probably do a day at CMH as well. Dave Phillips is here down in Boardman. Hope you're doing well today. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Make sure if you haven't done so already, hit that like button. Share the stream with your friends, and if you really like it, hit that subscribe button today. On the road for 100,000. I'd like to get to 75,000 by the end of the year if possible, so thank you guys all so much for your support. We hit 50 a couple of weeks ago. And also celebrated 5 years on YouTube earlier this week. So thank you guys all so much for your support. It means a lot. I think with all the air shows and everything, we can get there. I hope. Also check out the merchandise store as well. There should be a link in the description if you're interested in anything on there. And follow me on Instagram at Nick Flies Media. American Eagle ready to go, heading to JFK. They'll get out of the way, which will allow United Express and Frontier to take their runway. American Eagle on their way to New York. Public Airways E175. So Republic on their way to JFK. For American Eagle, we have United Express lined up. It's like another Republic Airways aircraft. This one will be heading to Newark. Frontier's Courtney the Cougar lined up behind that for his flight to Miami, Airbus A321. Got a Northeastern Jets, Neo Jets. Gulfstream G650 on final. On final from Teterboro.
2975 to the ground, runway 6 right, taxi via Juliet 2, Kilo, short of
See the Kalita Falcon taxiing as well. So United Express to go first, and we should have the Gulfstream inbound.
Runway 6 right, clear for takeoff. Runway 6 right, clear for takeoff. Brickyard 3633. Runway 3026, moving tower. Runway 6 right, line of flight traffic, Gulfstream 5 mile final. Runway 6 right, Frontier 3026.
Frontier's got to go in front of the Gulfstream as well.
Flight 3026, runway 6 right, clear for takeoff.
for takeoff, runway 6 right, Frontier 3026.
Contact approach 125.5.
Frontier 3026 to Miami.
You want to try to stay behind the stop next. 1202, you're going to be number 1. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Archer, Brickyard 3633.
You said earlier we got a little bit of leeway on that 42, or we're going to check you up on the 24 possibly. Yeah, probably 5 minutes before. I think so.
Frontier heading out. We're gonna catch the Kalita Falcon on their way to Ypsilanti, Willow Run Airport, west of Detroit. They're holding short for the Gulfstream.
3026, contact departure. Frontier 3026, see you. Thanks for getting us out.
Flight 2919, we don't have any time or anything to Tampa. You're 2919 negative? Good.
Seven go pull into the pad to wait out your time there.
I see the pad, almost pulled it.
Good afternoon, sir. Got information X-ray. We're 1,600, about 10 and a half to the west along the lakeshore right now. Looking to do a little photo mission over the Ohio City neighborhood and remaining clear of the Cleveland Class Bravo and remaining to the west of the Cuyahoga.
You're 2919, Roger. Just keep the taxi speed up past Alpha. You got it? 625, I'll get you back and forth just a few minutes. Just leaving around and get your way.
Let's do a photo mission over Ohio City, it sounds like. All right. Missouri 1 taxiing out for departure. It'll be behind the RJ.
Contact ground point 7.
And a special livery. Right now we got Kalita Falcon, Kalita Charter's Falcon 20 on their way back up to Willow Run.
Cleveland Tower, turn left heading 360, maintain 6,000, runway 6 right, close to takeoff. 360.
Like my water bottle spilled and I lost a little bit of water.
At 70. Here afterwards, Southwest Soldier.
Southwest, I think.
We're going to need 5 minutes after the warm-up, so I don't know.
Someone's going to go sit on a pad. I don't know if it's Frontier or if it's Southwest.
229.19. All right, stay by.
Well, we'll get the vintage Falcon on their way out. We'll have an RJ.
Contact Cleveland Center 120.77. 77, yes, good day, Brick 3633. You too.
Looks like Southwest is going to the pad.
We'll do our 36, whatever we got for tonight. Okay, yeah. You can go ahead of Southwest. Just let us know when you're done with the warm-up. It should still work.
Frontier is going to go ahead of Southwest, it sounds like.
3026. Maintain 14,000. Contact Cleveland Center 134.9.
So as the Falcon heads out, a Delta Connection CRJ lines up for departure.
Contact departure. Departure for the 1 high.
I think he did too.
Departure, radar contact, climb, maintain 8,000, turn left direct 4A. Contact that.
So as the CRJ heads out, we have Frontier 2919. Thought they said they need 5 minutes for a warm-up, so they may not head out right away. A321 on their way to Tampa.
Contact departure. You healing stuff with soldiers. Actually, good afternoon. It's 4935, 2.2, 5 minutes. 4935, through departure, radar contact, 5 minutes, 14,000. Through the Dutch, let's just do this. The Venus driver expected to move the first 26. About 100, like a 10,000 on the left.
Looks like Southwest out of the penalty box. 12:02 to Nashville taxiing out.
Just change it up. Call maintain 12000 for the agreement with the next facility.
United inbound from Fort Lauderdale. And after that, we'll have a NetJets citation out of Teterboro.
5,000 and first 3014.
Missouri 1 taxiing out for departure. They'll be lining up behind Frontier, I think. They might have them take the shortcut and go behind it. On their way to Nashville.
2919 moving power, runway 6 right, line up away. Runway 6 right, line up away.
Frontier's taking the runway now.
919 runway 6 right, clear for takeoff. 6 right, clear for takeoff. Keep flight 2919.
Had to snap some pictures of that one. Missouri 1 in the sun.
You get turned around, just get United, just get with them, south of Juliet, and then taxi via Juliet 4. Leave it.
Frontier on their way to Tampa. Got Cleveland police slowly driving by as well. They might be trying to get some pictures of Missouri 1. There's also a Jeep over here driving by slow.
2639 at Jane, cleared on at Zulu, only 6 right approach.
Everyone wants to get some pictures of the special livery. Red, white, and blue, perfect aircraft to see today for Memorial Day. One of the last couple of 737-700s still wearing a special livery for Southwest as they've transitioned either to Maxes or just 737-800s. This one was a special livery before. I think it was one of the SeaWorld aircraft, if I remember right. It might have been Penguin 1. I don't think it was the Shamu livery. I think it might have been the Penguin livery before it became Missouri 1. I have to get back and get to the comments here. Southwest holding short. We got a NetJet citation inbound from Teterboro.
Negative, exactly the same 652 local wheels up.
Perfect, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Right.
Southwest has been idling for a while. Getting a little bit of a contact buzz from the fumes. Ops behind knows that they got to shoot off some more flares. Get back to the comments here in a minute once we get all the aircraft cleared out. We have two other special liveries here on the field. We have the Global Crossing Retro livery. Not sure when that's going to leave. A320s parked over at Jets. And we have the United Star Alliance livery. And that aircraft might be sticking around tonight. I'm not sure. I don't see a departure time on it yet. But I hope that Global Crossing leaves while we're up here today. And a little bit ago, we had the Lebanese Prime Minister's aircraft, the Falcon 8X, that came in.
Where you go? Number 761 to Bravo, relocate to Atlantic via Juliet 6. Actually, let's take you Juliet 2, Kilo Lima Foxtrot.
Missouri 1 heading out, their flight to Nashville.
Car 8 is at Lima 1, request to proceed on the runway 6 right. Car 8, hold short of runway 6 right, monitor tower. Hold short runway 6 right, go on the tower, Car 8.
If they make a left turn here, anyone over at Aviator tonight will get a really nice bank shot if it turns left. And so far, they're just heading out straight.
02's on departure there.
Like 1202 for Southwest. Making a right-hand turn.
I know, Don. I gotta do that. I'll be seeing you guys next Monday.
Go ahead and change that battery for you. How long you been out?
Let's see, about 3 hours.
Woo!
Yep, 3 hours.
Yeah, that makes for a long day.
Yeah, my back hurts. That's after pulling a 9-hour shift, though.
Oh yeah, that makes for a really long day.
On the line, I said, Dad, come home so we can make a barbecue.
I was gonna change the battery, but it looks like I didn't bring my spare batteries today, so I guess once the scanner dies, we'll just let the scanner, I guess the scanner will die. I bet.
I'm not streaming as much anymore. I'm only doing
Yeah.
family comes first.
I've kind of been, if something cool's coming in, I'll come up. Other than that, with gas prices at $5 a gallon.
It's crazy. You can't even do that anymore.
Right. Oh, I know.
I'm down to one car too. My yellow one broke down.
Oh no. Because I didn't see your yellow car when I pulled in.
Yeah. I'm using my wife's car. And the thing is, I got to go home and I got to go pick her up from work at 10 o'clock
Oh, jeez.
to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go back to work tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah, that sucks.
Go home and take a nap.
I should, but that's the last thing I do. I go home and I sit down and watch TV or do something.
Yeah. I've never been a good napper either.
No, I can't sleep during the day because I feel like I wasted my day.
I do too.
Yeah, I did so much of that when I was growing up, and now I'm like, I can't just go home and take a nap. Yeah, that's been crazy. Yeah, I toned it down even in the winter, even though
Yeah.
come out here. This one was brutal.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I only streamed a few times in the winter just because it was too cold to be outside more than a few minutes at a time.
Right. So in the winter, I did like 45 minutes out here.
Yeah.
An hour tops, and I'm like,
It's like, I'm good.
I gotta go. I gotta go. So yeah, sorry guys, I want to stay longer, but I can't. It's just too cold. I got bitter cold. I had a good life. That's fun.
Yeah.
Once a week.
Got some good stuff today.
Yeah, it's been busy though. It was nice and busy.
Yeah. I don't
Last
like.
Monday we had the storms in Chicago.
Yeah.
Bro, as soon as I finished my live stream,
That 777 came in.
777 came in. But I got pictures of it though. They came out pretty good, even though I took them from my car.
I came up and got it leaving because I was still at work when it came in. I'm just like, come on, you got to be kidding me. We had all that weather over the weekend and nothing came in, and then.
Yep. That's a nice picture. Seeing at the light in my car, that came out pretty nice. Ah, come on. Don't do that. That's from the car.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
I sat there with my phone. Take a picture of it. Yeah. That came out pretty nice. I'll see you, buddy.
Take care.
Give me a shout out there, you know?
It is a Southwest. We got an American Eagle CRJ inbound. Or, sorry, heading out. Gotta get my bearings back. kids riding around on their bikes behind me, making me nervous. Red Fire Raider, I think. Red Fire Raider Prod Z says, "Red, a question. Can you plane spot at Cleveland on July 17th? Let me look at the calendar. Gotta figure out what day even is that. Friday. Usually I'll do Friday night live streams, so as long as the weather's decent, I'll probably be up here that night. Unless there's an air show or something going on that weekend, but I'll try to get up here for you that day. During the day I'll have to work, but if I can get up here that night, I'll try to do some streaming, do some spotting for you. TI May 5035. Hello everyone, second time watching your stream. Thanks for the view from KCLE. Well, thank you so much for being here. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Pretty busy night up here. Monday nights aren't always the busiest, so we'll take the steady traffic tonight. Got several business jets tonight too, which is pretty cool to see. 5070 is the American Eagle CRJ that's taxiing out for DCA. Can you plane spot at Cleveland on July 17th and look for a Delta flight to Atlanta? Which flight are you on? Are you on the, we actually have several Delta flights to Atlanta during the day. Are you on the evening flight? If you're on the evening flight, I'll probably be up here to stream. Again, as long as the weather's decent. Usually I'll try to get up here on Friday nights. Usually I do Fridays and Sundays and then one night during the week. This week's been a little bit different with Memorial Day, with the absolutely awful weather we've had the last couple of days and going up to Detroit. But yeah, if the weather's decent, I'll try to be up here to do some spotting, so I'll try to catch you. Let me know what flight number you're on. Dave Phillips says, seems to be a busy Memorial Day in Cleveland. It has been a pretty busy day. We have some pretty cool aircraft as well. We have 3 special liveries here. Well, we had the one just left. We had the Khalida Falcon and we had the Lebanese government Falcon come in again today. So we are getting spoiled up here today for sure. Seb's Aviation says, great live stream, keep it up. Well, thank you so much, hope you're enjoying it. Your block says, hey Nick, I attempted streaming today and it went pretty bad. How was your first time streaming? Let me put it to you this way, it went so bad that all my early streams were members only. They were pretty rough. I used to just plug the HDMI cable into the back of my, I have a Sony A7 III that I usually will use. It is not set up for streaming, and so pretty much have to use it as a webcam, and so the quality is pretty bad. So I had a lot of issues with that. I had a lot of issues with it freezing. The audio was all over the place. I just remember the echo with the audio, all kinds of stuff. So it took me at least a year probably to get comfortable with streaming, figure out what I actually need to stream. And really there's more I would like to do with it. Like, I still don't think I'm the best at it. There's a lot of stuff I'd like to learn, a lot of stuff I'd like to do better with it. Some of it too, just getting comfortable with the tripod. So I had to upgrade my tripod and microphones and everything to make it work. But because it's pretty easy if you're just doing, I don't want to say easy, but if you're just doing a regular video, you can kind of line up when you want to. And you pan across, get the airplane, and you take a break. But if you're streaming, you really have to kind of focus on like the start point, the end point, and everything in between. So those early live streams were pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. Seb's Aviation said, I made mistakes on my stream and I'm still going a bit bumpy. Just got to keep learning from mistakes and keep going. Amen to that. It's a different beast than just shooting regular videos for sure. But now that I've kind of got the hang of it, I really enjoy it. And saves me some time. I don't have to make all these videos and then spend a bunch of time editing them anymore. So I already have it posted. And then sometimes I'll go back and I'll actually edit the videos. So I record them on my camera, which I can only record in HD. I can't do it in 4K if I'm streaming because the camera and encoder setup I have won't do 4K. Plus it takes a little bit stronger Wi-Fi hotspot than I have, but I'll take it and I'll splice it and edit it, and then I'll put all the flight information and make it kind of like a regular video, and then I'll usually post it later. That way, if you don't want to watch a 3-hour live stream with a bunch of talking in the middle and nothing going on, then you can watch a 25-minute video or something like that. So I feel bad. On Saturday, I went up to Detroit to do a stream, and we just got nailed with the weather. It was foggy, visibility under a mile. It just kept raining, and everything was getting wet, and I couldn't keep the lens dry, and I felt bad driving up there. I got a video, but definitely still lots of mistakes. Dave Phillips says he loves the design on Missouri 1 we had earlier today. Jeff says, happy Memorial Day. Thanks for the live stream. Weather looks good. Thank you so much for being here, Jeff. The weather is perfect. No complaints about the weather. The sun is out. We got some high clouds. Got a nice breeze. Beautiful day to be outside today. Only problem I have is I knocked over my water bottle and I lost my water. But other than that, it is a perfect day to be outside. And I can tell a lot of people have the same idea because I can smell the grills. And when I drove through Rocky River earlier, I saw a bunch of people over there with their families having picnics and whatnot. So it is a beautiful day to be outside. Which is nice because the last couple have not been. Delta Connection taxiing out, E175. Presto is here, says hello from Middleburg Heights. I hope you're doing well today. Yesterday I was going to come up and do my normal Sunday live stream, and the rain hit, and that was about it. So I stayed home and watched the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600. Got some work done around the house. United Express 599 Echo inbound from O'Hare. E175. Delta Connection is flight 5641. They'll be heading to Boston. United 1115 inbound from Newark. American Eagle. I think it's flight 2140. It's been a little bit since I've called it out. CRJ heading up to Washington Reagan National. Behind that is the Delta Connection heading to Boston. Still don't have a time on the Global Crossing Retro when that's going to leave. And again, tonight we won't have UPS or FedEx. We don't get either one of those on Monday nights. We should see them again tomorrow night. Got a FlexJet Embraer Praetor out of Akron-Canton on final. And then a Baker Aviation Cessna Citation out of Wilmington. And another NIA Jets aircraft, a Challenger out of Teterboro. A couple of aircraft inbound. American Eagle 4713 out of LaGuardia, also heading in about 15 minutes out. United 717 out of San Francisco. Delta Connection 1449 out of Minneapolis. Sorry, Delta Airlines 1449 out of Minneapolis, Airbus A220. And then a NetJet Citation Latitude out of Racine, Wisconsin. American 1679 out of Charlotte, about 25 minutes out. Southwest or United 1934 out of Houston, Airbus A220. Alaska 216 out of Seattle. Another Citation out of Teterboro, and Air Canada Jazz 647 out of Toronto. All those aircraft are about within the next half hour. So we have lots of inbound flights today. I'm still waiting to find out when the Global X Retro will leave. I'm not sure if the United Star Alliance will leave while we're here today. But a busy day today here in northeastern Ohio. Delta Connection E-Jet on their way to Boston. So your block says it's the Cleveland Air Show, the worst air show in Ohio this year. I would say so far. We'll see what gets announced. hopefully we'll get some more announcements over the next few weeks. Columbus and Dayton are definitely stronger. I think Columbus is the best air show in Ohio this year. I think Dayton is kind of overrated. I mean, Dayton will be a great air show. It's just the military solo demo teams. Really, the only thing at Dayton that I'm really excited about that's kind of unique is Tora. But you'll have the F-22. I think the F-16, I don't know about the F-35. It's kind of been back and forth on that one, but the F-35 won't do a demo unless the Navy has grounded their demo teams by then. If you didn't hear the news after the Growler crash, the Navy grounded their demo teams except for the Blue Angels. So the Rhino demo and the F-35 demo have been restricted to flybys only. But Columbus has 2 jet teams, so you have the Thunderbirds and the Snowbirds at Columbus. It'll be a twilight show as well, so the lighting will be incredible at Rickenbacker. And then it looks like the F4 may show up after all. There's been some positive news in that regard. So we might see the F4. Keep your fingers crossed on that. But I feel like Columbus is just the better show. There's a lot of warbirds at Columbus and whatnot, so. And I'm sure Columbus will do something special for Zeus 95, the KC-135 crew that was lost a few weeks ago over in Iran. So would imagine there'll be a missing man formation or something for that. So, but I do think both of those air shows are really strong, and hopefully Cleveland makes some more announcements. Especially for Cleveland, I'd say on the static lineup, because last year the statics were pretty sad at Cleveland. Other than we had the Toledo F-16 and the C5, but really the static lineup at Cleveland was really disappointing last year. So hopefully they get some more stuff there this year. We'll have to wait and see. It's kind of a shame that air show is in September though, with all the jet teams coming over in June and July for the 250th. Kind of almost have to wonder if they might have been better off having an earlier show this year. Just says, hey Nick, we were looking to a place to plane spot at Bangor, and we'll let you know how it is. Maybe you can come here and visit us. Temps in the 80s tomorrow on a Wednesday. That sounds wonderful to me. I saw on Facebook, I don't know where they were, but someone got some pictures of the C-32B, which is the all-white 757 in the Air Force. That's a pretty top secret aircraft on the ground over there. So you guys definitely get some cool stuff out there from a military standpoint. As well as some stuff that come in overseas for fueling and whatnot. So I'd love to make the trip up there sometime. I did 737 out of, I believe it was San Francisco, if I remember right. I know for me, as far as just watching planes, hoping to get to Washington Dulles again this summer. Would love to go to Chicago O'Hare if we could work that out. I need some connections with Chicago O'Hare though. I know Alex Plane Spotter guy and me used to go out there every once in a while, but he went out and got a busy job. But maybe make the trip out to Chicago. Got to do what's best for your family though. I can't blame them. And maybe Houston later this year. Looking at maybe going to the Houston Air Show in October or November. So maybe make the trip out there. We'll have to kind of wait and see. Glenn Pav is asking, what type of camera are you using for your videos? Saw the Southwest Special Livery over 7 Hills. This is the Panasonic HCX 1500 camcorder. So I use the camcorder for streaming, and then I typically use my A7 III for everything else. That camera is probably ready to be upgraded. I just don't have the money to do it right now, but the A7, I looked at the A7 V. That's probably going to be, if I do buy another camera in the next couple of years, it'll probably be that. And that camera I could stream with at night. So I've been trying to figure out how to stream at night. When I went to Florida for Artemis, I rented a camera. So I rented a ZVE-10, which is Sony's kind of intro blogging camera, because you can stream with it. But I wasn't super impressed with the quality I was getting of that at night. Part of it's the lens, because I need a faster lens for night, but maybe someday. Speaking of Houston, here's the United A320 out of Houston. It's all a lot of money that I don't really have. The only problem with this camcorder though is that when in low lighting, it really struggles. So I used to have a AX43, which is a camera that I used to use quite a bit. Unfortunately, it broke. And once the screen goes in those, they really are kind of useless, but because it doesn't have a viewfinder or anything like that. But I thought that did a better job at night than this does. This has full manual functions and everything, which is really nice, but when it gets dark, it really struggles. Not just with noise, but with the autofocus as well. And autofocus is nice as the aircraft moves, but it really struggles with that. So that's really the downside with this camera. Delta 1449 Airbus A220 inbound from Minneapolis on final. Followed by Baker Aviation Citation X out of Wilmington. Oddly, an aircraft I did not see in Detroit when I was up there. A Delta A220. I saw everything else in their fleet, but I didn't see one of these up there. Detroit, if you're local to the area, Delta's second busiest hub behind Atlanta. Kind of a difficult airport to spot because they send all the heavies out on the westbound runway typically, so they're hard to catch aircraft on those runways. They were pretty nice and sent some on the east side when I was out there, so I saw a couple A350s and A330s depart, which are pretty cool. But a fun airport to go to. You'll see a lot of Delta, CRJs, but you'll see their heavies as well. Sometimes I have to remind myself that, hey, there's a Delta hub in my backyard. Alaska T-16, 10 minutes out from Seattle. Second NeoJets aircraft of the day. This is a Challenger out of Teterboro. I apologize, this is the Baker Aviation Citation X out of Wilmington. The Challenger is the next inbound aircraft. Guardians are playing downtown right now against the Washington Nationals in the first inning. Later on tonight, I believe, is the Cavs and Knicks, game 4. Win or go home for the Cavs tonight. Unfortunately, I think they're going to go home, but hopefully they can pull out a win tonight. United 1673, 737-900 ER, taxiing out for Chicago. There's a Belanca that just came in on runway 28, or sorry, runway 10. Here's our United. And as United taxis out, we'll grab the second NIA Jets business jet inbound. This one out of Teterboro. It's a Challenger. I wonder if they're in town for the game tonight. So we had their Gulfstream a little bit ago. Now they're Challengers inbound. But air show, back to the air shows. For me, I was going to go to the St. Louis for the St. Louis Air Show. But I think with the European teams coming over, we're going to pivot, go to Baltimore instead. And we'll see the Red Arrows in Patrol de France. We'll see the Red Arrows up at Thunder Rover, Michigan as well. And the Snowbirds in Columbus. So 3 foreign jet teams this year. Last year for the Snowbirds with the Tudors. Last year for the Snowbirds in general, for a while, they said they're going to stand down waiting for the new aircraft, which will be turboprops. So looking forward to catching all those. Still hoping to catch a B2 Spirit this year. But they were a no-show in Miami over the last weekend, so I don't know if they'll show up at any air shows. I thought the B2 in St. Louis would be a good bet, but does not look like that's going to be the case this year. United, we're going to lose it behind the tree with the 900. They're heading out to Chicago. So as soon as it pops back up above the tree, we could probably actually move over a little bit now that skyline has left. There they are. 737-900 on their way to O'Hare. Giving anyone at Aviator tonight a nice bank shot in the light. While American Eagle inbound from Chicago. Actually, come to think of it, it might have been inbound from Miami. American Eagle was 47.13. I got it wrong both times. E170 inbound from LaGuardia. Now we have a Gulfstream G280 inbound. A lot of business jets tonight. November 800 Romeo. Don't really know much about that aircraft, so G280 inbound. Followed by Alaska 216 out of Seattle. And Air Canada Jazz 647 out of Montreal. We also have a special livery inbound, another special livery tonight. SkyWest 4909 out of Chicago. It's the SkyWest House livery on a CRJ, about 5 minutes out for that. And American 1679 out of Charlotte. Here's the G280. Motorcycle driving by, listening to some Lynyrd Skynyrd. Ooh, that smell. Great song. Seen them live a few times over the years. They're always put out a good show. Glenpay has the Canon Vixia HF G10. It's pretty good in low light. Have to check that out. I have an A7 III, which is really good in low light. But it's just not set up for streaming. So you can plug it into an HDMI card and plug it in that way. However, if you just let it go with the, if you just let it shoot opens without hitting record, it'll go forever that way. But the problem is you're not getting your shutter speeds, your ISO, any of that kind of stuff. It's just wide open, so the quality is pretty poor. But that camera can only record for 29 minutes and 59 seconds. So you're constantly going in and out. And when I was doing that, it kept causing my encoder to freeze. So need to get a camera that can do a better job with low light. I would love to find a camcorder that can do it, just because with the camcorder, you can control the zoom with the button. It's a lot easier than twisting. So I would love to find a camcorder that can do it. Your Blocks, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Really appreciate it. Here's Alaska 216 out of Seattle. Your Black says, man, to see Skyline's TikTok lives, he gets so many views. Yeah. He does it regularly. I cannot say that word today. Enough that the algorithm is on his side for that. I do feel like TikTok and Instagram both. TikTok is pretty much designed so you can pretty much only stream with your phone. So I was hoping to be able to connect my camera and do it, but the way TikTok Studio is, pretty much only lets you stream from your phone. But I use my phone as a hotspot, so I really can't do it that way. But I had a TikTok for a while. It got so much to try to handle everything. So I decided to just kind of focus on YouTube and Instagram, because those are the two that I've used the most. But yeah, TikTok definitely is optimized for streaming. Mark is here. Hope you're doing well today. But I see him up here quite a bit, so Usually try not to stream from the same spot. But today when they switched, they closed 6 left, it was kind of, we were kind of stuck over here today together. Nationals are up 3-0 over the Guardians already in the first. The only good news is it seems like when the Guardians lose, the Cavs win. So the Cavs need all the luck they can get tonight. American 1679 inbound from Charlotte, followed by Cessna Citation out of Teterboro. Air Canada Jazz out of Montreal, and in a special livery for SkyWest 4909 for American Eagle out of Chicago. We have a Learjet inbound, and we also have Delta Connection 5194 out of LaGuardia, a Gulfstream G550, a NetJets Challenger heading to Burke, a Thrive Phenom heading to Burke, a Falcon heading to Burke. So these must all be due to the game tonight. If we didn't have to deal with game day traffic, it'd be pretty cool to go over to Burke and see all the private jets on the ground over there. Hopefully some of those private jets turn around and come up here. It looks like most of them are heading over to Burke. I'm sure they're all because of the game tonight. My guess is that might be what the Global X came in from Newark. So my guess actually is that might be a fan charter for the Knicks that might have come in. Because I still don't see a departure time for Global X. The retro livery that came in for them was pretty cool to see that aircraft, but I don't see a departure time. So I'm assuming that might be a fan charter. So the Citation is rolling out. The next one will be the SkyWest House livery. Special livery CRJ out of Chicago O'Hare. So Jess has looked up Bangor Airport. There are lots of places this plane spotting, so we'll be checking those out sometimes. Well, good luck. Hope you see some good spots up there. SkyWest House livery touching down from Chicago, the 4th special livery of the day. And again, I don't know if the other ones are going to leave. We saw Missouri 1 leave earlier, but I don't know if the Global X or the Uniteds will be leaving today. And I think the Global X is a fan charter. United may just be here, may just be getting some maintenance. Because I don't see a departure time for that either. At least today. So maybe getting some maintenance or leaving tomorrow. Frontier 1831 taxiing out for departure. Blanco the Polar Bear heading to Tampa. We had another Polar Bear livery earlier today. That actually might have been heading to Tampa as well, come to think of it. Southwest 1336 as well. Should be pushing back soon for Denver. Got a Zen Flight Challenger or Zen Flight Falcon 2000 inbound from Burke. Followed by Air Canada Jazz. We have Privera, something like that. Privera, I can read. Challenger should be heading to Burke. Looks like that's coming in as well. So we are starting to see some of those business jets head our way. Again, I think these are all due to the game tonight. So I wonder if they're getting low on ramp space and they're just sending aircraft over to Cleveland and Hopkins now. Speaking of random aircraft, we have a Cessna taxiing over here for departure. Caution prop wash. Yeah, it looks like they're sending a bunch of private jets over here. We have a Gulfstream G550, we have FlexJet, we have NetJets coming. I hope nothing happened at Burke. Because everything that was going to Burke is diverting over here. Here's our Air Canada Jazz flight out of Montreal. So Jeff is asking, is the runway over by NASA closed? Lots of trucks over there. It is. We have 6 left closed tonight. So all activity here on runway 6 right. I gotta do some research to see why everything that was going to Burke is coming over here. There are a bunch of private jets inbound now. I hope nothing happened over there. That's a pretty aircraft over there. Frontier taxiing out behind the Cessna. I'm sure they'll have to wait 2 minutes for the Cessna because of wake turbulence, right? Sorry about that. Presto says maybe Taylor Swift will come to the game tonight. That's a good question. There's a rumor going around that she and Travis are at Cedar Point today. So that is a good question if she'll be here again tonight. When we had that Falcon come in earlier, I thought maybe that was her. But it was the Lebanese Prime Minister's aircraft that came in earlier tonight. So a different sort of royal flight tonight for us. Perry the Top Hat asking any challengers, and absolutely, we've had several tonight. Frontier holding short. It looks like a Challenger's inbound to Burke, so maybe nothing happened over there and it just got saturated. I'm not really sure. Well, we got several Gulfstreams inbound. We got a G550 over the lake. We have a Praetor over Beechwood heading this way. United Express 4060 out of Dulles, about 15 minutes out. Got a FlexJet Challenger inbound. Delta Connection 59 or 4954 out of Detroit. United 2476 out of Denver. Got a NetJets Global, looks like that's inbound out of Santa Barbara. We got actually another NetJets Global that looks like it's heading our way out of Farmingdale. A Learjet 45 behind them. So we got a lot of private jets inbound all of a sudden. So I don't know if Burke just got saturated or what. So we do have confirmation at Global X, the retro livery was a New York Knicks fan charter. So that's why that aircraft is here tonight. Another business jet. Frontier heading to Tampa once they get clear. So we guess we won't see the Global X leave today or tonight. It'll be leaving after the game. So as that business jet rolls out, this one's pretty close. Looks like they're turning off the runway now. I think this might be the Global. No, that's Delta Connection. Okay, that's the RJ. Frontier might be waiting a little bit with all the inbound traffic right now. Here's the United 737 MAX. Looks like they're gonna let Frontier get out of here. So after Frontier, we should have another line of business jets. 1831, I believe, was the flight number for Frontier on their way to Tampa. So as Frontier lifts off, this I believe is the Global. And as that rolls to the end, Southwest taxiing out for their departure on their way to Denver. So there's the Southwest. They'll make the turn and head over our way. And we got a Learjet 45 inbound, followed by a Falcon 2000. Delta Connection 5194 out of LaGuardia, a G550. A NetJets Challenger out of Belmar. A NetJets Global out of Santa Barbara. A Citation out of Dayton. A Challenger out of Miami. Something must have happened at Burke because they're sending everything to Hopkins. Another G550 heading our way. We have a Nextant 4000. I think that's heading to county. We have a Embraer Legacy that's coming in. Was supposed to be heading to Burke, diverting in. So I hope everything's okay at Burke. They're sending everything over here. So if any of you guys hear what's going on at Burke Lakefront, let me know, because they're diverting everything over the Hopkins. Brandon was here today at Heartland earlier this afternoon. It was too cloudy, lighting was meh. We should be out here now, it's gorgeous. So as Southwest and United taxi out, we'll get the business jet that's inbound. We're gonna focus on business jets here. We got all these private jets coming in for the game tonight, and for some reason they're all diverting in from Burke. So we'll check the news. Hopefully everything's okay over there. And we'll take all these business jets that are coming in. Got 3 airliners heading out: Southwest, United, possibly Delta. No, it's our special livery. It's the Star Alliance livery heading out, so we will get to see that after all. Southwest 737 taking the runway now on their way to Denver. We have a United 2 United 737s behind that. Lawrence is here from New Zealand today. Hope you're doing well. Brady says, I might come out by the hill. Well, come on out. Be out here for a little bit longer. I was going to wrap it up around 7, but I want to get all these business jets that are coming in first. So we'll stay alive a little bit longer than what I was originally planning. Feel bad the battery died on my scanner, and I didn't bring the spare with me, I guess. So a little bit in the dark as to what might be happening over at Lakefront. We're gonna lose the Southwest in the trees. We got United holding short of yet another private jet. This reminds me of the All-Star game a few years ago when we had all those business jets come in. Just need a BBJ or something like that to come in and we'll be set. The business jet's a Falcon 2000. We are backlit now, but with all activity over here on 6 right, we wouldn't see anything on the other side, so this is the place to be tonight. United Max is going to take the runway. I'm going to get a picture of Star Alliance while it's sitting right in front of me. So we got pretty lucky with that one. Got a United 737 Max taking the runway. Guardians are down 6-0 already, man. Flight 1645 heading to Houston. They're under takeoff roll now. The Star Alliance livery is flight 234 to San Francisco. United Express 2194. There's the United. And here's the Delta connection. United's still rolling. We're pretty close on this one. So United is just now lifting up. Another tight one tonight. ATC doing their best to try to get these aircraft in and out, especially with all these diversions from Burke. Got a NetJets Challenger inbound from Belmar, followed by a G550. And a Praetor. And a Challenger. And another Challenger. And a Global. And a Citation Longitude. And a Lear 45. So we got a whole bunch of business jets inbound right now. United 234 heading to San Francisco holding. Behind that will be a Citation and then Delta 880 heading to Atlanta. So I'm not sure what's going on. But all of these aircraft were supposed to go to Burke. Looking at their data on Flight Radar 24, looking at their paths. And they've all been redirected over here to Hopkins. So again, I don't know if something happened over there or if they're just that saturated. We got a line of aircraft holding short now. And just as everything looks fine at Burke from what I can see. I haven't heard anything yet. I know one thing, I don't see anything landing over there either. Got another business jet inbound, looks like the Gulfstream. With one runway ops right now, it's going to be tough to get the airliners out of here. So as the Gulfstream rolls out, the Star Alliance livery, third special livery of the day on the live stream, fourth special livery of the afternoon, heading out to San Francisco. Went with us earlier today. We had the Global X Retro, we had Southwest Missouri 1, we had the SkyWest House livery, and we also had the Lebanese Prime Minister's Falcon 8X tonight. Star Alliance heading out. Lost it behind the trees. One of our business jets holding short. So Ruben said a plane took off from Burke a couple of minutes ago. So I wonder why they're sending these all over here. I wonder if they're just running out of ramp space over there. NetJets Prater inbound from Chicago. And then a NetJets Challenger out of Teterboro. Talon Air Challenger out of Farmingdale behind that. NetJets Global 5500 out of Santa Barbara will be behind those aircraft. United Express 4060 E175 out of Washington Dulles will be behind them. And then NetJets 837, a Citation Longitude out of Dayton. We also have a G550 and a Craft Charter Challenger out of Miami. And then we have a Talon Air Falcon 2000 out of Teterboro that's diverting in the Hopkins. It was supposed to be going over the Burke as well, so I don't know, they must just be saturated or something over there. I wonder if they're parking these at Atlantic or if they're parking them all over on the ramp. My guess is they're probably parking them on the ramp. So behind the Delta is flight 880 to be heading to Atlanta. They're behind the Citation. We have American Eagle 4057 heading to Miami. That'll be lining up behind them for departure. Yeah, this is very unusual, whatever's going on tonight. I know all these private jets are probably coming to town for the Knicks and Cavaliers game tonight, but these are all supposed to be going to Lakefront. Next one is our Talon Air Challenger out of Farmingdale. Yeah, something's got to be going on at Lakefront because they got airplanes circling and diverting in now, so I don't know what's going on. We should have Aer Lingus as well pretty soon out of Dublin. Talon Air rolling out the Citation, the lead business jet here. They might be out of fuel at the rate we're going, waiting for their departure clearance. As they're waiting for our parade of private jets that are inbound. NetJets 131, a Global 5500 inbound from Santa Barbara. Kevin says Burke diverting for fog. The weather must be a lot different up there than it is here, which isn't unheard of. But it's crazy the amount of private jets we have so far. Your block says hasn't been this bad since the NBA Finals. Yeah, this reminds me of the All-Star game. When we had the All-Star game, we had all these private jets come in and they were parking them everywhere. This reminds me a lot of that. But a nice surprise for us up here. I guess if anyone wants an argument about whether lakefront we should keep that airport open, I guess tonight is probably a pretty good argument for the amount of traffic that they get sometimes. With one runway ops here at Hopkins, we got a pretty good lineup of airliners that are holding short, waiting to go. So second global that we've had convert in. I feel bad for the crews on the airliners. Because I know these guys have been, this Delta 737 has been waiting here for probably at least 10 minutes now. And unfortunately, I wouldn't be surprised if people are starting to get impatient. Hopefully not, but I do feel bad for the crews. Nothing they can do about it though. United Express 4060 out of Dulles. E175. Single runway opposite Hopkins tonight. That American E175, they're third in line behind the Citation and the Delta. They might be waiting for quite a while. Something up at Lakefront?
Huh?
Something up at Lakefront?
I don't know.
We've had like 50 private jets divert.
There's nothing earlier coming in. There's one. There was a... Oh, damn. Yeah, what you said about that.
Yeah. It's like they got them circling and everything. It's weird. Someone said fog, which I guess it could be fog, but I don't know where they're going, if they're going to Atlantic or Jets, but I feel bad for whoever's over there tonight. Like, surprise, here's 25 private jets. Right? I think they're all coming in because of the cabs. The global crossing is a Knicks fan charter that's sitting over there. Well, good news for the Citation. They're finally cleared to take off after a 10-15 minute wait. Yeah, it looks like they might let 880 go as well. I see the 737 creeping. Maybe not.
Remember the animal appointment coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see the Lebanese one is back.
You know who's that was?
No, is it the president, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was nothing special.
Oh, really?
It was just a regular legacy.
Got a G550 inbound. Now we're getting spoiled on the presidential aircraft this year. And we have Egypt and Brazil for the World Cup game in a few weeks, so that might bring something in too. There's a Gulfstream. So as the Gulfstream rolls out, Delta 880 finally cleared to take off for Atlanta. And they have the American Eagle E175 heading to Miami behind them. But they're shooting also flares at 6 left. They still have the trucks and the X over there. I was almost wondering if they might stop whatever they're doing over there and open it back up with all the business jets coming in, but still on 6 right only tonight. Jeff's asking, who's plane spotting with me tonight? Brandon is up here now.
Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well.
Asking if it's John. I haven't seen John in a while. Brandon has a cool job up here. He works on some pretty cool stuff.
Oh yeah.
There's a question on there for you. I'll have you answer here in a minute. Once a private jet lands. Yeah, it is. sure we're good on our inbound flight. So your block is asking, will the Constant Aviation hangar be used for the first time in a long time?
So they are being used still. That's currently where I work out of. They are being used by FluxJet.
You know what the long-term plan is for that? If when they tear everything down?
Well, we're supposed to go to county.
Oh, really?
And then I just got news this week. They dropped the ball on us.
Really?
We're getting rid of the Embraer.
Oh, really?
We're going straight
Learjet inbound. Got a 737 taxiing over behind the E-175, and they're taking the X's down from 6 left. So I wonder if they're, I don't know what time the TFR was for the closure, but I wonder if they're changing their mind with all the traffic coming in. Delta 2750 out of Atlanta. Oh, wow. They're going around. So Delta 2750 must have got too close to the aircraft that just landed. They are going around. .737 out of Atlanta. The E-175 still holding short. And we got another aircraft inbound. Might be Aer Lingus out of Dublin. I can't tell now with the sun. Frontier. So as Frontier rolls out, American Eagle will take the runway. I do not remember what the flight number was. They've been holding short for probably 20 minutes. I do know they're heading to Miami. You know, we have a United Airlines 737 MAX lining up behind them. 4057 for American Eagle. Where's United going? GPAJ says last time the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was held in Cleveland, there were so many private jets that they parked them on the shorter runway. I remember that. A lot of these are supposed to go to Burke, so I don't know if something happened over there or what, but I know someone said something about fog earlier, so they might be diverting them due to fog. But we'll certainly take them over here for our entertainment tonight. I believe they're probably all in town because of the Cavs game. So the Eagle jet heading out, United taking the runway now. And then another Eagle E-jet lining up after them. I think you're right. You got an Embraer Legacy out of White Plains diverting in. And then after that, Delta 2750 did the go around a few minutes ago. They'll be coming back in after the private jet. We have a Legacy 600 heading our way, as well as Southwest 3731 and Shamrock 9 Alpha Romeo coming in. The Aer Lingus flight out of Dublin. Only got 10% left on the battery, unfortunately. If I would have known this was going to go on, I would have brought the battery pack. These guys want to come play too. I'm surprised they're letting them come in with everything going on. Neat looking aircraft though.
Wake turbulence.
Got some prop wash the airliner's gonna have to hold. I like the livery on that. American Eagle taking the runway. And as American Eagle takes the runway, I'm not going to be able to catch it. I think it's going to be too high, but we actually have a go around. Aircraft too close. Just like the Legacy. I got the bar on the tripod, so I can't bend it back far enough to catch it. But we must have got too close. Or the maybe the Eagle jet couldn't get out of here. Either way, they're sending the Legacy around. Another one coming in. Something's got to be up over there.
I mean, it does look hazy.
Yeah, it does. Delta 2750 inbound from Atlanta. Did the go around a few minutes ago. could actually stay live. What we got to do is just go off of the encoder and stream from the camera, so we would lose the graphics. But we could stay live a little bit longer if the encoder ends up dying on us. And I had planned on leaving around 7 o'clock, got the wife and kid at home, got to get everyone ready for work tomorrow. But we got a lot going on up here tonight all of a sudden with all the private jets diverting in. The X is gone off 6 left, so assuming they'll be opening up runway 6 left here in the next few minutes. Guardians are down 7-1. Okay, so we have Delta, then we have Aer Lingus, and we have Southwest. Another Embraer Legacy that's coming in. We have a Cessna Citation, which is a pretty cool livery. That's diverting in out of the Morristown. Just trying to see if there's anything else out there I'm not seeing. So this is the Delta that went around a few minutes ago. Flight 2750 has kind of been the star of the show for us the last couple of weeks. That's the flight that diverted on their way out a couple of weeks ago with the engine issue. And tonight we had him do a go around with everything going on, so. So our next inbound flight should be Aer Lingus. Tonight's the inaugural Aer Lingus flight to Pittsburgh, and I thought about going out there to catch that. I'm kind of really glad we didn't now, especially with everything going on. But Reed says, you hit the jackpot tonight. TPAJ says National Weather Service shows Burke Lakefront with fog and visibility at 0.15 miles at 6:53. So that explains why everything's diverting. Absolutely the worst possible time with low visibility at Burke with the Cavs-Knicks game tonight. Been a crazy 45 minutes at Cleveland, but I just looked at Atlanta and almost shed a tear for how many planes are holding. Hopefully they're not getting weather down there, because it is an absolute disaster when they get weather down there. We found that out last summer. Same with JFK and same with Chicago. There's a SkyWest house livery. CRJ heading up to O'Hare. So as they hold short, Aer Lingus 9 Alfa Romeo inbound from Dublin. I'm mad at myself for not bringing the battery pack now to keep everything plugged in. Wasn't expecting this. $5% on that. So only a few more minutes on that. The good news is most of the business traffic should die down here in a few minutes as we get closer to game time. Actually, I don't know if the game might have started already. Southwest 37-31 on final from Las Vegas, less than a minute out, followed by the Legacy. So we're going to be tight again. They're going to have to go around. Yeah, the Southwest is going around. So SkyWest still on the runway, sending Southwest around. So the SkyWest house livery heading out. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and close out this live stream because we're down to just 2% on the battery for the encoder. So we're going to close out this live stream, and I'm going to go live here in a minute just off the camera, so we won't have the graphics, and it's going to be a different link. So give me a minute after the we'll get the Legacy here. So after this Legacy lands, we're going to end this stream. And then we are going to go live off the camera. So we won't have the graphics and whatnot. It's going to be a different link. To catch whatever flights we have left coming in. Well, let me take a look at the Flight Radar 24 to see if we have enough coming in that it's going to be worth doing that. I know you have the Southwest that's going around. We have another Legacy that's inbound, the one that did the go around a few minutes ago. Then we have a Citation CJ2 out of Morristown. Just seeing if there's much else out there. Actually, it looks like we're starting to dry up now. So we'll catch what we can get here for you. I should hold a watch party in Concourse D. Seafry says, let's go Kaz. Reed says, I have game at 8 o'clock. I have a friend who works at Atlantic. Hopefully he has the night off. Wouldn't be surprised if he got called in, to be honest, with all the business jets coming in. So give me a minute. Let's kill this stream and we'll go live here. It'll be a different link, so give me